Well, the PowerGirls program recently concluded a 6-month pilot with the 240 girls and launching the full program for 2,400 girls in 2020. Well, this program aims to transform vulnerable South African girl children to become outspoken and powerful young women capable of becoming the change agents we need within their communities. Joining us now is Magali Malherbe, Managing Director of Mamas Alliance. Good afternoon, Magali, and thank you so much for your time on the SABC News Desk.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Before we really get into the new project, I want you to tell us a little bit more about Mamas Alliance and how it actually came about.
Mamas Alliance is a network of 33 NGOs working in South Africa with the most vulnerable children. And as an alliance, we share best practices and the best way we have to deal with our different social problems to give a new solution that can make us go further. And a few years back, we realized that we were not making enough progress with our young girls. And that's why we decided to embark on a program that was very specific and very deep to help vulnerable girls.
Magali, how did you actually go about identifying the communities or the children that you were going to target with this program?
So the girls that are targeted with this program are part of our NGOs. So they are part of the wider alliance. And we cover about 75 sites all across South Africa. So it's a national footprint, working in rural or urban or semi-urban communities, but all in very disadvantaged communities with a lot of issues, including gangsterism and migrant children. So we've got a wide variety of beneficiaries, but they are all very vulnerable.
It sounds like an awesome project. How did the idea of the PowerGirls program in particular come to fruition?
Well, in terms of the name, we as a Mamas Alliance, we've got a motto. We have this kind of stamp, Mama Power. We know that because we are mamas and papas, we can make a huge difference in the life of these children who don't have much guidance at home and don't have much hope. So from Mama Power, we went into PowerGirls, which was a natural evolution in a way. And we have devised a program that's very, very specific. Every week it's a different side of the curriculum, but we're not lecturing. We are helping the girl to experience feeling, emotions, so that they can build themselves. So it's an ongoing program that's going to last 7 years. So it's a very long-term approach.
I see. It sounds really very interactive, where the girls get a chance to engage thoroughly. What are some of the children telling you of their own experiences on the ground while they're growing up?
Well, I think when we started, they were not telling us much as such, but they were showing us a lot of aggressivity, for example, especially in the communities, in the urban communities. A lot of frictions were coming about, and the way they reacted to each other. So it's a long-term building process.
What kind of friction, Magali?
Well, if we take the example of our group in Soweto and Kliptown, between the black community and the colored community, inside the group there were insults that were flying, you know, and they are friends in a way, but still this underlying tension is there. So we really have to work about, look at yourself, look at your friend. Aren't you the same? Can't you work together? Because together we are stronger, as the rugby showed us today.
Of course.
So, but it's a long process. It's not something that happens, you know, in a day. It's a long process where they have to become to become more assertive. They have to gain self-confidence, and then they can open up a little bit. And now they are telling us, "Wow, I'm changed," and they're not necessarily knowing exactly how they're changed, but they're starting to tell us, "I feel different. I feel more happy."
Yes. And it actually preempts my next question, because although this was just a 6-month pilot project, did you, as the convener, one of the organizers, actually see this change emanate from the girls as they progress through the program?
Definitely. We are seeing the change, like physically, I mean, in the interaction, in the behavior, in the way even the way
composure,
the composure, the way the girl carries themselves, how they respond to problems or to questions, and also we are getting feedback from teachers, from community workers, social workers that these girls are changing, and a lot also from the parents, the mothers, the guardians saying, wow, what are you doing with my girl? Because I'm seeing a difference. So we are also engaging with the parents to try to bridge a gap and to bring more harmony within the family unit.
Yes, because it really all starts there, Magali. Now, I know you have plans to extend this to a full program for more than 2,000 girls next year.
That's right.
It sounds like a huge logistical process. I mean, what are some of the challenges around that, Magali? And how difficult is it to leverage support from perhaps the private sector on this one?
Okay, so in terms of logistics, yes, it's a big logistical organization challenge. Yes, we have to prepare at this stage about 27, 28 NGOs. We are busy preparing as we speak, so that early January, February, they start with some, actually at the moment we have with 1,700 girls. So we are full into the preparation, and it's going well. And we are confident because of the pilot project that we are going to deliver a good quality program. So we are also monitoring the impact so that we can, although we are quite confident that the program is reaching its target, we need to show through proper measures that it's a program that could be taken wider to more than just 2,000 girls, but maybe in 2 or 3 years it can be taken
extended
to more communities in South Africa, definitely. And then we would need the help of the private sector, of the government, maybe the Department of Social Development would be interested in looking into it. So we are hoping that we can demonstrate that we found a good solution in a way to turn the tide on the future of the most vulnerable girls.
Yes, I have to ask you, it's called Mama's Alliance. One would think that you have a female mentor for a group of girls. And how is a mama actually selected? For viewers out there who might be interested in your program,
yes, it's true.
In a mentoring capacity.
So all our structure at PowerGirls is run by ladies. So our coordinators, we call them Power Mamas, and there's like three facilitators per group of about 24 girls, and they come from the communities themselves. So they are young ladies who have grown into from the community, and they are willing to change the future of their community, and they are very engaged in trying to bring change. So we are giving them a tool on how to go about it. So they're also telling us, wow, this program is also changing me, because I'm working on this journey with the girls. So it's also a transformation for myself, which is very emotional sometimes, but beautiful.
And uplifting as well, one can imagine.
Definitely uplifting. So it's a growth journey for everybody involved.
Yes. It sounds like a wonderful project where you're actually seeing the benefits. What is it that you need from the media for, perhaps, and the private sector? Well, funding would be a big issue, one can imagine.
Well, at the moment, the PowerGirls program is funded for the next 3 years. We've got an international funder, which is the Dutch Lottery. After that, we would have to review our strategy, and maybe some big company who's got a big budget would be interested in funding the following years. But we also need a funding for all these NGOs we are working with, because they are carrying the PowerGirls program, and we need to make sure that all the other programs, the referrals system, the nutrition system is working within these NGOs. So it's also when the private sector can come to Mama's Alliance and partner with us on those on this component.
Magali, congratulations on a great endeavor. And thank you for coming through to the SABC News Desk. I do hope to be in touch soon.
Yes, I hope we can bring you more news on how it's going and how far we've walked next year maybe.
Wonderful.